Good morning. Well, it's afternoon, but anyway, did everybody get their team to win on the Super Bowl picks? Well, my buddy Clint and Beth, they had a bet against each other. I said, well, if you're gonna bet your wife, how in the world are you gonna win? Because when you lose, you're still gonna have. I mean, you know. Anyway, uh, it's like being a Democrat and voting against your wife when she's a Republican. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, uh, that's the way it is, and go Eagles. And I was real shocked and surprised, like a lot of people were, that old Coach Dundee down there, he had it picked way back in November. So rah rah for him. And when he won the Super Bowl down there with the Tampa Bay guys, I'd went to the fair that year, and they were selling these leather Tampa Bay hats for $5 for a leather hat, and wow, nice leather hat. And so I bought one. I didn't care about Tampa Bay so much, but hey, they went all the way. And so the next year I went down to the fair looking for who to pick for the Super Bowl, and they never had anybody cheap that year, so I never got the right pick. But anyway, enough of my football stories. I was on a team when I was in high school, and they went undefeated for 4 years and won state, and so that was my football career. But we had a big team. We had 72 people in our school, and that was K through 12. And so we played 8-man football. And everybody in high school could be on the varsity team. And then the JV team, if we didn't have enough people for JV football, we just didn't have enough people. But with 8-man teams, if we could get 8 people to play, or say 10, most of us played both sides of the both offense and defense. So it was kind of a fun way to play football, 8-man, and but before that, I was raised in a children's home, and so we had 2 houses of boys, about 16 or so of us at a time, in different homes, different houses and cottages they called them, and so our house had we were called the little boy's house, and the other house was the big boy's house, and so we could usually get 6 or 8 people to go out, and sometimes up to 10. And we'd go out in the afternoons, and we had a big field out there, and we'd play a little no pad tackle football against each other, and we had a good time doing that, and gave us something to do besides putting together bicycles and terrorizing the neighborhood with that. Anyway, we all had a great time growing up doing that stuff, and but anyway, we really didn't understand, what going out in the flats was, or things like that. But anyway, some of the kids knew a lot more than others. As soon as I was one of the younger kids at the time I was there for 12 years, and so I graduated from being there at 3 all the way up to the day I turned 16. I was taken out and moved into a different family situation. But anyway, that's where I went to the little school in a little town, and so had a blast. And anyway, happy Super Bowl blues to all the people that were disappointed, and I had picked the wrong team, of course, and I was happy to have lost. So I sat with my son-in-law, and he was picking the other guys, and I'm like, man, I don't know. They're not. I don't think. Well, no, they haven't stopped them guys all day. But when it came right down to the very end on the last pass, woo, victory was his, and woe to me. And anyway, that was enough of that. And go with God, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.